up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving my top list of 6 scale figures of the year. Now some of these figures I took so long to make this particular list because some of the figures I wanted was like delayed, or like some of the figures, and there are even figures that I did want that I didn't get, and I know those would have been on my list, but I didn't manage to get those. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why it took so long to actually produce this list or make this list, because there are like a lot of figures that they were kind of like delayed, or I just took a long time to actually get them. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about putting this list together. Now there are going to be like a few cheats on this list too, because some of the figures, being that, like I said, like they were like from like a particular franchise, like a Star Trek or Star Wars. I've managed to probably get like a couple of figures from both of these franchises, so they'll be like put together. So I probably like 2 figures like together, almost like they're tied. But I just did like that, so each figure, because like some of these figures were so awesome, were so cool, that I wanted to get all of them on here. And this list is going to be long too. Cause I wanted it to be like a top 10 list, but there was just so many 6 scale figures that I had, so I just decided to make it like a top 15 list because that just was the amount that I had. And some figures too I had like a trouble with some of these 6 scale ones, because some of them were released at the end of the year, like so close to the end of like 2020, but they really were like popping up throughout this year, so I actually can save them for like next year. So some of the figures I think would have been on here, they came so like late in the year that I decided just to wait till like the next year. But anyway, I'm going to get into this, and this is my top 15 6 scale figures of the year. First up, I want to give an honorable mention to the Sideshow Collectibles Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees 6 scale figure, and the Sideshow Collectibles of Nightmare on Elm Street 6 scale figures. Now these would have been like in my top 15, but they were already released like years ago, and like Sideshow Collectibles had just restarted this. And as far as I know, there wasn't any changes like in the paint or the update in like their looks or anything like that. It was just like a restock of these particular figures, and I do think these were pretty cool. Now they weren't completely accurate, but I thought they were definitely worth having. If you're a fan of these particular like horror like villains, like Jason and Freddy, I would definitely recommend picking these up, even though certain things are off about them. Plus, they didn't have like their exclusive items that came with them. I think Jason, like if you originally got him, like when he was originally released, he had like a harpoon, I think, that was like exclusive. And then I think Freddy had like another extra glove. So that's no reason why they didn't really make my top list, top 15 list, but I'm just giving these like an honorable mention. I would definitely recommend picking these up. Now number 15 on my top 6 scale figures of the year is the Mondo Creature from the Black Lagoon 6 scale figure. Now this is an awesome figure. It really was like well done, made. Only thing about it was just like light, like on accessories, so it didn't really have that many accessories. But he is like a particular like character that didn't really have any like thing. And like the fossil hand that he comes with, that was just like a separate item. Like the creature himself wouldn't be holding that because it was just like a fossil. So yeah, I think this still was like well made, and this is an awesome figure. And this is from Mondo. Another thing I think about it too, I wish we had like a better way of like to span, like if he's like swimming, to make him like he's swimming, because they just gave us this stand where you can raise him. You can just put creature or the gill man like in a position where it looks like he's swimming. I wish they had something else that was kind of better than that. Plus the body is like mostly like plastic, like it's not rubber. Compared like another company like did, it's like a Hot Toys or Sideshow, we probably would get this like in rubber form if possible, you know. But I still think this was an awesome and cool figure, and this is number 15 on my list, the Mondo Creature from the Black Lagoon 6 scale figure. Okay, coming in at number 14 on my list is the Sideshow Collectibles 6 scale Ghostface figure. Now this is another figure that was very awesome, and it was very cool looking, and he had like some cool accessories too as well. And I'm still kind of confused with how this Ghostface license, because you could tell this is like the horror villain from like Scream, but it is still something kind of different with it. I think like Ghostface, it was like a separate license from Scream too as well. But anyway, this was still like a cool figure. Like the accessories he had, I thought were like decent, and the look of him looks very cool too as well. And it was definitely worth picking up. If you're a fan of this particular character, like a horror villain, I would definitely recommend picking this one up. And this is like number 14 on my list of top 6 scale figures, the Sideshow Collectibles Ghostface figure. At number 13 on my list is the Hot Toys Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back 6 scale Lando Calrissian figure. Now this figure is awesome. and it does look very like good too. Like the likeness to like Billy Lee Williams is well done on this figure. He just was like light on the accessories, so that's why it wasn't very top at the higher of my list, or like very at the very top. But it was still a well-made figure, and it is kind of like some issues like with his cape too as well. But this is still a very superb figure from Hot Toys too as well. Only thing, like I was saying, it was like he was just light like on the accessories, but it still is definitely a cool figure. So this is number 13 on my list, and this is the Hot Toys Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back 40th Anniversary Lando Calrissian 6 scale figure, number 13 on my list. And number 12 on my list is the Sideshow Collectibles Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith 6 scale General Grievous figure. Now this figure is awesome. Now the problem with this figure too, another reason why I wasn't higher than this on my list, is this is actually like a re-release. Like they just brought this back. But one thing about it, I think they added some new upgrades to it. Basically like these joint pieces that you can get, that you can attach to Grievous, because everybody's complaining about how his arms and like legs and all that kind of stuff is. And he does seem like a fragile type like figure too as well. But it does like it's a very awesome looking figure. It looks so cool, I ain't gonna lie. And it's like very large too. It's a large figure, like one of the largest in my collection. It's almost like a quarter scale like figure, like the size of it. But yeah, this still was like awesome for my opinion. The only thing about it was like a re-release, and it didn't really get any like new accessories or anything. If anything, it got like, these extra joints that they added to it. You can like change out his arms and stuff like that. From what I know, that's what was different about it. But it was basically like just like a re-release, almost like restock. So yeah, this is like number 12 on my list, and this is the Sideshow Collectibles Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith General Grievous 6 scale figure. And number 11 on my list is the Damn Toys Assassin's Creed 2 6 scale Ezio Auditore figure. Now this is an awesome figure, and of course you know it is based on like the Assassin's Creed video game series too as well. He has he looks cool. I like how he looks awesome. I like how he had a cape like with a wire. Even his whole costume is actually like wire based, almost like the hood, like this just his clothes basically in general. And he does have a nice amount of accessories, but he doesn't really have like a lot. So that's kind of why he's kind of like on the lower end too. He's not really in the top 10, but he is like a very well made figure. And if you're a fan of the Assassin's Creed series, especially 2, I would definitely recommend picking this figure, especially if you're a fan of the Ezio anyway. In general, I would definitely recommend this figure. So this is number 11 on my list, and this is the Damn Toys Assassin's Creed 2 Ezio 6 scale figure. Number 10 on my list is the Sideshow Collectibles The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface 6 scale figure. Now this is an awesome figure, and from what I'm hearing, this is the best of like the they beef of the like the horror based type figures, like from Sideshow Collectibles. It does look very good. You can actually change like his look too as well, because you notice it is based on how he was at the end of the film. But it is a very awesome figure, and this is done very well, and I would definitely recommend this. If you're like a fan of this particular version of Leatherface, like the original film, I would definitely recommend picking this figure up. So this is number 10 on my list, and this is the Sideshow Collectibles The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface 6 scale figure. You also can call it the Pretty Woman too, because that's what they actually call this version of Leatherface. And number 9 on my list, and this is the first of the ones that I was saying that's like almost like I feel like I'm cheating. There are like 2 figures I put together. This is the Exo-6 Star Trek First Contact 6 scale Captain Jean-Luc Picard and 6 scale Data figures. Now these figures are awesome, and these are from Exo-6. Now like I said, I chose to just put them together because these are only 2 that I had picked up from Exo-6, and these were the only 2 based on the Star Trek First Contact 2. That's why I went ahead and just put them together. But yeah, these are easily awesome, like, and I would definitely recommend these if you're like a fan of like Star Trek First Contact, that particular film. I would definitely recommend picking these on up. So these are number 9 on my list. This is the Exo-6 Star Trek First Contact 6 scale Captain Picard and Data figures, and they are number 9 on my list. And number 8 on my list is the Hot Toys Back to the Future 6 scale Marty McFly figure. Now this figure right here, this was another one that was basically just brought back. It was like returned, but it did give it some updates. It got like a new accessory. It got Einstein, like the dog, like like Doc's dog. It got that as an accessory because that wasn't like in the previous version of this. But it lost an accessory too, if I'm not mistaken. I think like the guitar or something like that. But this still is an amazing figure. Like the likeness to Michael J. Fox is just superb on this figure. It really does look good. You also can change like its look too as well, and you got like a nice amount of accessories too. So yeah, this is number 8 on my list, and this is the Hot Toys Back to the Future Marty McFly 6-scale figure. I would definitely recommend, especially if you're a fan of this particular version of Marty McFly. And yeah, this is number 8 on my list. And number 7 on my list is the Hot Toys Star Wars The Mandalorian life-size the child figure. Now you can call this Grogu now, but that's what the official name was for this, was the child, but you know we all know him as Grogu now. Now I must admit this came very close to being my top figure of the year, but it was just so many other life figures that just had more accessories that I thought were just better now. You know, like this is like basically 6-scale figures I'm trying to focus on doing. But yeah, this right here is like number 7 on my list, and this is the Hot Toys The Mandalorian life-size the child figure. And it is an amazing figure. He just is light on accessories, doesn't really have many accessories, but I would definitely recommend picking this up, especially if you're like a fan of this particular character too as well. And this is number 7 on my list. And number 6 on my list is the Hot Toys Venom 6-scale Venom figure. This is awesome. The figure itself is very large. Now he doesn't really have too many accessories, but just the look of him is just so cool looking. I must admit, it really is awesome. Because at first I was kind of hesitant about getting it, and I did like the film because just like a lot of fans, I wish that Venom had like the spider symbol like on his chest. You know how he looked it like in the comics and so on. But this is still like particularly cool, and this is just like the movie version of Venom. But like I said, the look of it, it is very awesome looking, no joke. And it really stands out because he's so large. He's like a very huge figure. He almost seems like a quarter-scale figure, but I mean he's not that large, but he is like very large. And this is easy one of my top figures of the year. Like I said, he probably would have placed higher if he just had like more accessories, but like the Venom like himself, he didn't really have too many things like in the film itself, so you know it kind of makes sense that he would be like light on accessories. But still, this is an amazing figure that is very cool. If you're a fan of this particular version of Venom, I would definitely recommend picking this one up. So this is the Hot Toys Venom 6-scale Venom figure, and this is number 6 on my list. And number 5 on my list, which is one of my most anticipated figures of the year, is the Sideshow Collectibles Halloween Michael Myers 6-scale figure. Now this is definitely a very good figure. Now I do believe there are other like Michael Myers figures out there, like from other companies that had like a better likeness to him, how he looked like in the 1978 film, and that is my all-time favorite movie that this is based on. But I think Sideshow Collectibles did still gave us a very solid Michael Myers figure. It does look pretty cool. Like the accessories he has, even you can change like his look, like the Bob Ghost Sheep thing you can give him. He had like a nice amount of accessories, and I like his look. Like this has how his body is, and it has like some weight to it. It really does resemble how he kind of looked like in the film. So I think they did a pretty good job on this. And like I say, the mask sculpt, like the face sculpt or the mask itself, is done very well too as well, from my opinion. So yeah, this is number 5 on my list, and this is the Sideshow Collectibles Halloween Michael Myers 6-scale figure, and it is definitely worth picking up. If you're a fan of this particular version of Michael Myers from like the original 1978 John Carpenter film, I would definitely recommend this figure. So this is number 5 on my list. And number 4 on my list is the 3-0 Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime 6-scale figure. Now this figure is a light on accessories, but just like the workings of like the figure itself, like the look of it, like its die-cast metal, is just simply amazing. It's superb how 3-0 designed these. Like their Transformers figures, like just like the like I said, the look of the way all like these working parts and stuff in it. It even has like a LED light feature on it too as well. I forgot to cut the eyes on. But it's still like, it just really is like amazing. It's very cool. Like I said, he's just like light on accessories, but this is definitely like worth having. I know a lot of fans aren't too like big on this particular Transformers like film, But I would definitely recommend, just like for like Optimus Prime and stuff, it really is like amazing. Like I said, just like the workings of it. He has so many like moving parts and so on. You can put him in so many different poses, all kind of stuff, and it has so much weight to it. It feels like a very solid figure. It really is very well done for my figure, like an awesome figure from 3-0. So this is number 4 on my list, and this is the 3-0 Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime 6-scale. For number 3 on my list is the Hot Toys Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker 6-scale Rey and Kylo Ren figures. Now, it's really Rey that would have won if I had to pick out one figure from these two, and this is where it seems like I'm kind of like cheating because I had to put 2 of them together. It really would have been Rey because she has like awesome amount of accessories. She has like a lot of accessories. Like whereas Kylo, he really has just like the helmet that lights up and stone, you know, like it flashes, like glows. But like his face sculpt is pretty good too, like the actual like likeness to Adam Driver and the likeness to Daisy Ridley is very well on these figures. So yeah, I think these are very awesome. These are easily some of my top figures of the year. And like I said, it's mostly like the Rey figure herself, because you can really like alter how she looks well, because she has so many accessories like lightsabers, the blaster. She even has like a droid with her too as well, like her staff. You can put a hood on her head. She's just a really awesome figure. I think they really did a good job with hers. But like I said, I put them both together, you know, because they both were like the only 2 figures from Hot Toys that were based on Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. So yeah, they are number 3 on my list, and this is the Hot Toys The Rise of Skywalker with Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker 6-scale Rey and Kylo Ren figures. I would definitely recommend picking these up. Coming in at number 2 on my list is the Hot Toys Spider-Man Far From Home Spider-Man Upgraded Suit 6-scale figure. Now this is an amazing figure and easily one of the best figures in my collection. And it was very close to being number 1, but there was like another figure I already had my eyes on being like number 1 from like the very beginning. But this really came very close to being like number 4, and it really is an amazing figure. It has an awesome amount of accessories, and I know it's like the usual like webs and all that we always get with each of the Hot Toys Spider-Man type figures. But this figure right here was very well done. Like the likeness to Tom Holland too on it is done very well. It really like looks like him, like his face sculpt. Hot Toys did a really good job with that, and he has like some very cool accessories. Plus he has like the dynamic stand where you can put him in all kind of like poses and all that kind of stuff. It really is a well done figure, and easily one of the best figures like in my collection, like in whole, like Spider-Man. This is my second all-time favorite superhero too as well, comic book superhero. So yeah, I would definitely recommend picking this up if you're a fan of this particular version of Spider-Man from Far From Home. It really is a very awesome piece, very well done. This is from Hot Toys. So this is number 2 on my list, and this is the Hot Toys Spider-Man Far From Home Spider-Man Upgraded Suit, where you can say 6-scale upgraded suit figure. Alright, and number 1 on my list is the Damn Toys Resident Evil 2 Leon S. Kennedy 6-scale figure. This figure is just awesome. It really does look how he looks like on the remake of the Resident Evil 2, because this is like the remake of Resident Evil 2, not the original one from like the late 90s. And the likeness to Leon is just very good on this figure. It really does look how he looks like in a video game, and you can kind of even change like his look somewhat, like the belt and so on. You can like remove and all that. But like what makes it really stand out too in the Resident Evil video game franchise, is my all-time favorite video game franchise too as well. But what really makes it stand out too is he has just tons of accessories that come with this figure. He has like so many different like guns, like grenades, the ammo box and all, what ammo, like casings and all that. Just so much stuff that comes with it. It's like so much. It's like it could be like overwhelming. You can like give him so many different like weapons. It can be like really, no joke, like overwhelming. That's why this figure is like number 1 on my list of top 6-scale figures of the year. So yeah, I would definitely recommend, especially if you're a fan of this particular version of Leon, I would definitely recommend picking this figure up. It really is a masterpiece. And this is from Damn Toys, and I'm just not starting to get into that line of 6-scale figures. Because I know the XL figure, like Assassin's Creed 2, that was from Damn Toys 2 as well. That could have placed higher on my list, but it didn't have that many like accessories. But this Leon Kennedy figure from them, it has like tons. It's just really loaded with accessories. I think he has some of the most accessories I ever seen. Like with the 6 scale figure, I don't think it's quite number one with that as far as like accessories go, but he just really does have like a lot. So yeah, this is like number one on my 6 scale. Well, my top 6 scale figures of the year, I would definitely recommend this. And this is the Damn Toys Resident Evil 2 Leon S. Kennedy 6 scale figure. And this is our number one 6 scale figure of the year. Actually, my number one figure period of the year in general, like from all companies combined. So yeah, please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.